to talk about how much whiskey I just got on my blazer. Hey, what is going on, everybody? Happy Thursday morning. It is time for the after hours session. Jay and I have got ourselves a little pour here. We're going to dig into a quick hitter on Wilderness Trail Rye. But before we start talking about it, Jay, how are you, man?
Man, I'm doing good. It's good to be back.
There we go. That's a beauty. So is that the Shelfie or is that a single barrel?
No, this is a single barrel at barrel proof. This is the juice, my friend.
Mine is a 118 single barrel.
Okay. Very cool.
I'm pretty pumped about this. Looking ahead just a little bit, we are going to be doing some more things with Wilderness Trail. We don't have to touch on all of them just yet, but our enterprising weekly whiskey viewers will most likely find themselves being entertained by Dr. Pat Heiss from Wilderness Trail here in not too long from now. So I thought it might be good to kind of catch up, get some of their products out on our channel and talk about it a little bit for the audience, just so it's not the first time they hear it when we have Dr. Pat on. But this will be the first time I've had the rye, actually. So I've had two impressions of their bourbon, but I have not done a dive into the rye. This is actually just kind of came up by happenstance. I was talking about how I hadn't had this with somebody who was like, I just got a couple of these, so do you want one? And I was just like, well, I mean, I should probably have one, so go ahead, send it along the way. Thanks, Josh, for that, by the way. So I'm pretty pumped to dive into it and excited to get your thoughts on it. I don't know, we haven't really talked about this, you and I, so I'm not sure how far into their world you are.
Yeah, I mean, Wilderness Trail, like it's funny because everyone regards them as like, hey, they're this new cool craft. These guys are Goliath. They're putting out, I want to say it's 100,000 barrels a year. Like they are not tiny. They're
new, but they're not small.
Yeah, and they even go back a little bit farther than everyone understands. But I mean, they're extremely well revered. I've started trying their stuff as of like the last 2 years. This year has been a really big tipping point for me. I liked what they were doing with their bourbon and rye early, but it was definitely too young in my opinion. Like, one of those bottles where it's not even like, oh, this isn't good, but maybe in 5 years will be good. I was just like, you know what? Like the promise is here. It just needs a little bit more time. And this year, I tried their wheated bourbon. I tried this particular single barrel rye, and I kind of had the moment. And we'll see if you share it, but I was like, you know what? Like, it's ready. It's good to go. And like, just super excited about it. So I'm curious. I'm fun. Like, I'm looking forward to us talking about it tonight because I'm having a hard time staying out of this bottle. I think it's some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, I'm pumped. Mine just landed today. So I was really, really looking forward to getting into it. And it just happened to work out that we're going to do a little after hours recording. And I was like, well, I mean, this is kind of fate. So like you, when I first tried the two expressions of their bourbon, it just wasn't quite ready for me. And like you said, it was nothing flawed. It wasn't something where I tasted and I was just like, yikes, this is bad. It was just one of those things where I'm like, man, it's like on a 1 to 10, it's like an 8 on being there. Like it just needs a little bit more time, I think, for me. And part of that was, I think the first one I tried was their wheated. Sometimes some of the wheated stuff can just need like, it doesn't necessarily ever need more than 6 to 8 years, but if it doesn't get all 6 of those initial years, I feel like sometimes it can just come through as a little bit too youthful. And that's where I was at with it. There was just something there that wasn't quite finished for me.
Yeah, but I could not agree more.
That said, I still did get 2 bottles of it. So
it's funny how that works.
And I was really pumped to try out the rye too. So I'm glad that we got that here, and I'm looking forward to digging in. So what do you say we start tasting this thing?
Yeah, man. Without further ado, we have 2 different single barrels of the barrel proof rye, which I'm excited about. This one, sometimes like, people complain, hey, this rye, it could be more rye for it. This baby is all right. This is spicy on the nose.
Straight heat right into the rye profile. Like right off, just the first thing when I took one smell on this thing, I was excited about it. It instantly smells like something that I would enjoy. Yeah,
so on the nose for me, I get that really big pepper note. I get a lot of spearmint. I get like cracked pepper, brown sugar, clove. It's not the most complex, but everything is there. It's well integrated, and it's powerful, which is, sometimes we've seen a lot of barely legal or just not powerful ryes, and this is not that. This is just straight pure rye power, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, this is right there. This is a rye flex for sure. I mean, this is like Russian black bread. This is like I get that sweet caramel that you're talking about. It's like, it's darker though. It's not just like a light brown sugar or something. I mean, this is rich. There's actually like a pretty good amount of oak structure to it. This barrel that I've got is only 4 years and 4 months, but I mean, it's all right there. It's definitely bright. There's a little kiss of that spearmint to it.
Mm-hmm.
And plenty of that white pepper and a little bit of that. I think the cracked pepper that you mentioned too.
Yeah, it just drinks, and like on the palate, like it's really rich, but boy, is it spicy. And it's not spicy, ooh, boy, that's a lot of ethanol, or like it doesn't burn, like my cheeks don't tingle from the ethanol. It's just like this has that spice.
Oh, yeah.
And it stands up, like, plot twist, it stands up extremely well in a cocktail. This makes a really great Manhattan.
I bet it does, man. You know what I really like on this is right off, it kind of rolls in with that bright rye.
Mm-hmm.
Good amount of the spiciness to it. Kind of fades off with some caramel, but then instantly what shows right back up is like cardamom and like almost like a little bit of a star anise. I mean, like this is a spice rack, man. There's a lot going on here. More so on the palate than the nose, but I mean, holy shit.
Yeah, and that
I'm
finish.
pleasantly impressed with this.
Good, yeah, and it's not herbal like MGP, which is nice. Like this is like there's a lot of oak driving that rye spice, and the finish is long, spicy. It's bready in like an enjoyable way, and it almost has this little bit of like that anise, like orange rind, like it's herbal, spicy, savory, really enticing.
Yeah, you're right. There's a lot about that I like. I mean, as a huge rye whiskey fan, I really like those spicy notes, especially when they could start to get more complex and you get the barrel character in there. You get the sweet side of it, but it's not, it's not like that 52% fairly legal rye. I mean, it's just that polar opposite, really. I mean, this almost goes into the same territory as the my beloved Alberta ryes, man. Like,
oh yeah, those are spice bombs all day.
Very spicy, very flavorful, pretty rich on the palate too. Overall, I'm real impressed with this.
And it's got kind of a cool bottle. Like it's very iconic. Like this is hard to mistake for probably anything else.
Yeah, I mean, it's not quite on the weapon level of Driftless Glen, but you could clobber somebody pretty good with that thing.
This would leave a bump. That's
a no joke bottle. Like you wouldn't want to drop that one onto your foot.
No. I live in fear.
Okay. Well, I think it's a good space to live, and I think it's a good place to wrap this up, man. This is good. I don't know what else to say about it besides that I'm really impressed, and overall, I don't think I could be a whole lot happier with it for the age, the price, and the proof. I think this is all great.
Yeah, I think it's completely fair to say that Wilderness Trail is there. We've been waiting a while for their products to get there. The train is in the station. They have hit the mark, and that's a great place for us to close. So if you're looking for more from us, this is Weekly Whiskey After Hours. You can find more from John at The Bourbon Finder or thebourbonfinder.com. He's on Twitter as Finder Bourbon. He's on Instagram. Check him out there, as well as his website for reviews. I'm sure he'll have this up soon. And as always, I'm Jay from Whiskey Raiders. Check us out. We have reviews of all sorts of Wilderness Trail and the other voices of whiskey weighing in as well. And until next time, guys, we've got some other fun stuff to drink, and we'll hear a little more from Wilderness Trail. But this has been great, and enjoy some yourself. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys.